Hi, beautiful people. It feels like a long time no see. And so I'm really grateful to be here and that I felt guided to just reconnect. I've been spending a lot of time reconnecting to myself. That is what this past year has been. So for those of you who didn't get the update last year at some point, I moved to Mexico in March of last year. And, I'm using this video as kind of an opportunity to just reintroduce myself. So, because what sharing is going to look like for me now is me bringing my whole self. And when I say my whole self, I mean like my love of A Course in Miracles, my love of astrology and oracle cards, the fact that I have been a substance use counselor for the past 5 years and that I am about to be finishing up grad school. And so I also have like a huge passion for learning about psychology. And I wanted to be able to talk about healing trauma. I want to talk about patterns that no longer serve us. I want to talk about boundaries. I want to talk about things that I'm learning within my own experience. And, the way I had to get here was by stepping away from here. I let go of everything, and I needed to. That looked like leaving my recovery community. That looked like, and my Course in Miracles community, leaving family, leaving friends. Of course, I could never leave Prune School, you guys. What would a video be like without her? What would a video be like without her? And I'm so, so, so grateful. So when this whole channel, Miracle Meghan, started, it was because I could not get myself to read the lessons. So I had been studying with my teacher and studying A Course in Miracles, and I had been going to classes for years and years, and I could not get myself to go through the lessons. The 365 lessons of A Course in Miracles, I could not make myself do it. And so I realized that I am able to show up for others better than I'm able to show up for myself at that point in my path. And so I said, I needed this. I needed each of you. I needed my fellow travelers, because I was way more willing to show up because I knew you were here. And so I'm so grateful, because it was a transformative experience to get through all of the 365 lessons. And by the way, it took me a year and a half. So readiness is not mastery. But what the past year of my life has been is developing my own study, my own practice. Like I've not needed that level of external accountability. This has been a time for me to tune inward and to really connect to myself and connect to my heart and connect to my pain and connect to see my ego, it's been transformative. So kind of speaking of some of the different things that I'm interested in, like numerology. So I was in a 9-year this past year, and it was just letting things go, letting things go, letting things go, letting things go. And realizing how much I defined myself by them, how much I defined myself by other people, how much I defined myself by whether or not you approved of me or agreed with me or liked me or by the way that I looked. I even considered, I was like, gosh, should I do my hair before this? And it was like, no, that's old thinking. And don't get me wrong, I still have vanity. I put on lipstick. I'm not pretending like I've evolved past everything. But I am in a different place. And so my sharing has to come from such a more genuine and such a more authentic place, because that's what we deserve to give to each other. We deserve each other's honesty. We deserve each other's presence. We deserve each other's gratitude. We deserve each other's love. And so that's my lesson for today. So I actually got the lesson. It's a review lesson. Oh, I guess it's on my phone, but it's a review lesson. And it goes, I'm not a body. I am free. I am as God created me. I am not a body. I am free. I am as God created me. And love is the way I walk in gratitude. Love is the way I walk in gratitude. I am not a body. I am free. I am as God created me. I am not a body. I am free. I am as God created me. And I am going to be on here a lot more. And I have some things, my own lessons, but guess what? We're all on the same path. We're walking each other home. We're on the same path. We're here to wake up to our oneness. I've been looking at the world and I've been seeing so much sadness. I've been seeing so much sadness. I've been seeing so many people feeling so apart from one another. I've been seeing so much attack. And I'm not here to take a political stance. I think it's all the same gross game. And it's a game where we get to say, you're the problem. You're the problem. You're the problem. You're the problem. That person's the problem. You guys, we need to stop treating our politicians like their parents. We are the people. We are the ones who this affects the most. They are not a parent. We cannot treat them like some politician is meant to be our savior. I don't care what side of this game you might be playing. They're not our parents. They're not the ones who are here to save us. Like, when are we going to take some responsibility? When are we going to be responsible to our planet, to each other? When are we going to be responsible? And all I can do is my part, which is I'm done being afraid of how I'm going to be perceived. I'm done worried. And by the way, I'm sure someone's going to make some comment at some point in the future, and I'm going to have to check my ego and my fears and my defensiveness. I'm not denying that that part of me exists, but I'm telling you that on a more soul level, on a more soul purpose, soul calling level, I am done. I'm done letting my fears control how I show up. Like, this world needs people and needs you to show up for your own healing, to show up to end familial generational patterns. This world needs you to show up and care about yourself and to show yourself some love and some generosity. Like, this world needs us desperately right now. And so I want to start off by I got a new card. So it was my birthday this past Monday. I got a new deck, and it's called Intuitive Whispers Oracle, and it's by Maud Hurst. And I am going to pick a card for us by shuffling and just seeing what comes out. And I'm just allowing this to be intuitive. Guys, I didn't have a huge plan. My only plan was my own willingness. I've been waiting for the willingness to come back online. I've been waiting for it. I've been knowing that it's going to come, but I've been waiting for God to tell me. I've been waiting, and, I finally feel like the waiting is over. I feel really guided to connect, to be a part of. And you know what I want to be a part of? Us taking responsibility. I want to be a part of growth. I want to be a part of us deciding that we deserve to live better. We deserve to live better. We need to offer each other more. We have more to give. We have way more to give. And, so often, some of the biggest pain that I've been through in the past year has been because staying disconnected. Life is isolating, sharing, and it's okay. I needed to have like hermit time, and I think that's valid and that's important. The card that we got, at the end of the day, that's not what life is for. Number 29, which is the precious present moments. So feel free to take a look at the beautiful photo. Moments. I'd love for us to just take a few deep breaths and be in the precious present moment together, wherever you are in the world. Just taking some blows and out through the mouth. In through the nose And out and out. Allowing each breath in to bring you more and more into the present moment, and letting all other distractions, comments, or concerns to just gently fade into the distance as you breathe in and let the breath leave. Dreamsicle loves meditations. I call her my little, just my spirit animal. I think that cats are incredibly spiritual and it's very intuitive. And so I'm going to read this one. So, the precious present moment, and I appreciate you taking some of those breaths and getting present with me. And we're being asked by this, the message that was given to us, we're being asked to look around you in this moment. So, wherever you guys are, just look around yourself in this moment. What can you see? So try to notice 5 things that you hadn't been aware of just a few moments ago, such as colors, textures, sounds, or feelings within yourself. So yeah, I'm seeing the ocean, and now I'm hearing the ocean. And I'm seeing birds, and I'm feeling my cat's ear twitch. And I'm noticing that my space is not the way I really, that it feels a little cluttered because I still have some things I haven't put away from my trip. What's another thing I haven't noticed? Just feelings wise, I feel way more relaxed than I thought I would feel coming on here. I feel really relaxed and really grateful and really dedicated, devoted. I don't know what is the right word. I hope you had a chance to just kind of look around yourself, look around your environment, try to notice those 5 things, including perhaps anything within you and how you feel. We can so often get caught in our mind, analyzing the past or predicting an unknown future, that we forget to notice so much of the beauty of this moment. Much of our suffering happens outside of this present moment. So when we can train ourselves to become more present, we take ourselves away from a lot of unnecessary pain. So yeah, is there any ways you can see that maybe being in the past or being in the future have been putting you in a place of unnecessary pain? Whenever you feel you are caught up in the busyness of the mind, the way to guide yourself back into the present moment is to focus your attention on your breath and the physical sensations of your body, both of which are always in the present moment. It is thought that anxiety is created by the mind worrying about the future, and depression is created by analyzing the past. So by beginning to spend more time exploring the precious present moment, you will feel more peaceful. So here's some exercise. Here's that exercise if you want to take it a little further. That's something that can kind of bring you into the present. That's one of the things I love about this deck, is that it gives you tools to walk away with. So look around you and list out loud 5 things you can see, 5 things you can touch. Oh wait, I apologize. It's starting to go down. So it's 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things that you can hear, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. And notice how present and peaceful you feel in this moment when you do that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There was just one other thing I wanted to share with you. Just kind of what my path with the Course in Miracles has looked like over the past year since we've kind of really regularly connected. So my teacher and I, Earl Raj Purdy, actually finished the annotated version of A Course in Miracles, the text. And to give you a little bit of a point of reference, It's like 923 pages. So to be clear, it took well over 2 years. And that was with us meeting every week. There's weeks that we've missed, but for the most part, that's the exception. It's rare if we don't meet every week. And so we meet every week. We study for 3 hours. The studying includes reading, but it's also us sharing. And we're expressing how things from the course are showing up in our lives, how things are showing up with our egos, about our fears. And it's really beautiful and it's really powerful. And I do apologize if you guys can hear any background noise. I couldn't find my headphone, so I'm hoping the sound quality is okay. Yeah, and so right now I'm going through the cameos. And so I think I'm actually going to be looking to study the cameos in this space, but I'm really just going to go where I'm led. Before I couldn't find a way back into sharing on here because I didn't have that same purpose. Like before, my purpose was I need to get through the lessons. I want to share these, but also it's my own accountability. But now I don't need that. That's not my fuel source. I study of my own accord because I love it and it's my path. That doesn't mean A Course in Miracles is your path. I think there's a lot of different paths to get to truth and to get to God. But the question is, which one are we willing to follow? Which one are we willing to walk with? Are we willing to actually allow something to guide our walk? And does that walk bring us to peace? Does it bring us to truth? Does it bring us to compassion? Because I support and honor any path that anyone wants to take. That takes them to peace. That takes them to truth. That takes them to compassion. It doesn't even have to be around God. It doesn't have to be about a higher power. That's what works for me. But there's a lot of different paths that can bring you to a place of compassion and truth. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do is go through the cameos. But the first cameo is actually super long. So I keep changing my mind. I'm going to do that one tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to do cameo 1 from the annotated version of A Course in Miracles. This gives you some time so that if you want to follow along with me, you can get it on Kindle. I don't know how easy this would be to get in a bookstore. I hope one day that A Course in Miracles is so mainstream that you could just walk into a bookstore or a library and easily find this. But perhaps you can get it on Kindle and we can go through that together. And I think the last thing I want to share with you is something that I have, that I journaled on February 16th. And by the way, before you start thinking, I don't know what you'd be thinking, but I want to be clear that I'm not a journaler. I'm working on it. I'm becoming a journaler. But before I used to just tell myself, I should journal. I should meditate. I should journal. I should. And I'm clearing the energy of should. I'm clearing should doesn't work for me, you guys. If I get a should, I rebel against it. I'm like, there's a part of me that closes off, shuts down, whether it's about work, whether it's about my own personal practices, whether it's about if I should reach out and contact a friend. I should do that. It has an energy I don't want to be a part of anymore. So I've shifted that for myself. And I'm saying if it's a kind and loving thing for me to do. Journaling, when I journal, that is a kind and loving thing for me to do for myself. When I make sure that I don't get too far behind for my notes at work, that is a kind and loving thing for me to do for myself. Same thing with the schoolwork I'm doing. When I reach out to friends and family that I really feel seen and heard and understood by, that is a kind and loving thing for me to do for myself. So yeah, now it's like, hey, that would be a kind and loving thing for me to do because I naturally want to be a kind and loving person. And so it helps me to kind of step into those things that are kind and loving. But also, if I choose not to do them, then I just recognize it for what it is, which is it's me not being kind and loving towards myself. A little message came up that just said I have slow connection. So I hope I'm still coming in clear. But yeah, this is the journal entry I wanted to share. I see and feel a healed world because I let so much healing happen through God, through me. A willingness to look at the pain and suffering of the world and to forgive our stupidity. We think so little of ourselves that we deny ourselves the heaven we could have and offer to one another. What do you want your legacy to be? The planet needs you, your equals, your brothers, your sisters, they need you. Your God-given gifts are not for you alone. They were given to be shared. We don't have to live in poverty, where we value what is valueless and we sacrifice our own humanity. We are all worthy of help. Addiction, homelessness, disaster, and disease should make us all sick. Look at the collective sickness. We ask others to carry for us and then choose to ignore. Of course, people are seeking oblivion through creating a world of their own. They can't transmute all the pain that we have chosen to carry instead of heal. We all deserve so much better. I will hold the vision. It is one of my gifts. What are yours? And that's what I'd love for you to write in the comments. If you could just get past any fears or insecurities or false senses of humility. What are your gifts? What do you have to share with the world? The world needs you. What are your gifts? And no, I'm sure if you want to just say it in your head, that's okay. But I am encouraging you to actually write a comment and say what your gifts are. Because this world needs them. And you have to start off by owning it. You have to start off by owning what your gifts are. So grateful to be back here. I have no plans with this other than to share and to give whatever I can. This world needs me. This world needs you. And I'm grateful we get to do it together. Much love.